Welcome to this video. In this video, we'll talk about conditions and selecting data, basically. If you have a large data, you want to select data or search for data based on condition. I need student who have scored this. I need product that has sells this. I need to find out the population, or if it goes beyond this, or something like that. Yeah. So these are conditions. So let's look at how we do it. The example we are familiar with is this one, which look like the result of a final exam. There are student IDs, and they have score for each questions in the final exam, and then the total of the score. So if we're looking for students with a score less than 60, those who did not pass the course. So we're looking at the column total. Total is less than 60. So how we do that? Assume we have stored this in a variable called data. So data is our variable. Then you need a square bracket, which always attached to the data frame most of the time. You need a condition, and you close the bracket. That's how it is. If you compare this example with other languages, you will find the way to do it is to have a for loop that goes from the beginning of the data to the end, and loop in and check every student until it gets those people who are scored less than 60, and continue to the end of the record, which takes time and a long process compared to what we do here. It's just only one line here, as you can see, just data and then our condition in the square bracket. So the trick here is, what is our condition? What should be the condition in this case? This is not new to you. You have done conditions before, and I think it's easy. The only thing you need to think, I'm dealing with which column. I'm using the column total. So I need data for column total is than 60. And this is how the condition is written. So data of column total, yeah, that's the column total. Data square bracket total. Let's give you only one column, as you seen in the previous example, less than 60. This is only the condition you need, yeah? Now, this is just the condition. What's remaining is the data, this bracket, and this bracket, isn't it? So if you add this bracket here, and this bracket here, and you put data at the beginning, you have your full line. So you need a bracket, and data. So to match the one up, yeah? Because basically here, this part here is the condition, which data of total less than 60. Now this simple line will produce for us the result. And in this case, we have only one student. We are lucky that there's only one student filled the course here. And that's where it is. So that's a single condition, finding student who scored less than 60. But what if we want more complicated one, which those who scored more than this and less than this? How we do that? Okay? Done. Now this other way you can write this condition. Instead of using square bracket, quotation, total, you can use dot total. This is the same thing, but the only challenge with this one, it will not work every time if this column title has a space. If there is a space here, it doesn't work. The safer one is this one. This one will work all the time. This one will work only if the column name does not include space. Okay? Same thing, we can now store this output in a new data frame. Remember when we did in the practical GR equal grades? So we stored grades into GR. This is the same thing. The outcome of this one is stored in a new data frame. In fact, the outcome of any process in Pandas can be stored in a data frame, if that is a data frame. Yeah. Now here is the more complicated condition that we said, and here we're looking for student with more than or equal 80 and less than or equal 90. So there are two conditions here, meeting total more than or equal 90 and less than or equal, and more than or equal 80, less than or equal 90. So the same thing, yeah, data condition. But the condition here is a little bit longer. First one is we're familiar with data of total more than or equal 80, sorry, similar to the previous one. Here more than instead of less than in the previous example. And the other one is similar, yeah? So they are all similar, but they have and in between. Here the and we use and. In the previous unit when we were using Ripple, we used and as a word, and, because the version we use there is not the same version we're using here. Yeah, here it need this and. And those who coming from Java and other programming language, they used to have two ands. Here there's only one and. Why you need another and? That's how the philosophy of Python. One and should be enough. So there's only one and here. Okay, so this is the condition. But if you do it this way, it will not work. When you have two conditions, you need one more thing. You need a bracket. For sure, these are the two brackets outside, this outside, and this outside, and you will have data there. But this is also not enough. You need to have this part between bracket, small bracket, the normal bracket, and this one between bracket, normal bracket. So it will be like this and like this. Yeah? So this should be moved a little bit that direction. So this way, this is a condition and this is another condition. So this bracket indicate there are other conditions. In the previous example, we could have used those brackets, but they are not needed, they are optional. But here you must have them. When you have two conditions, you need to have every condition between two brackets. Yeah? And this will give you the result. Now, there are many students who in the total having score more than or equal 80 and less than or equal 90. And these are the people. And you can see each one, his index is attached to him or to her. It doesn't change. So this is how you search within your data frame. We will do a practical example to show you how we do this. And we'll play with it, and you will also need to play with it. Otherwise, you will not get it. The practical part is very important in programming. Thank you.